Asuka tweet.
Yeah.
It is Brennan needs to get in now. Now's the time.
Now.
Anime is starting to be real without him, and he needs to get there. And that's
that a promotional image that was official?
Real. Yes.
Okay.
But, did she have input on it? Could it have been a coincidence?
Is it entirely a coincidence that was then pointed out by a fan that got retweeted? Is that kind of... No, she posted... I know she
posted the image herself.
But what I mean... You know what I mean? But did it come from a comparison? What we're talking about is Asuka facing down... Charlotte Flair in a very much to the panel Dio versus Jotaro stare down.
And in her tweet, she puts the characters for menacing in there, I believe.
She also says, I will
sacrifice my humanity
to defeat you.
I will use your blood, Charlotte Flair. This is the greatest thing.
Sonochi. Now, that's the thing about Asuka is knowing her past of being a game dev and a graphic
know
designer
about that until last
and
week.
all that. She gets it. She understands this shit. She knows about the cool things. It's not to be unexpected.
But it's what's amazing about it is that a WWE employee or brand manager, marketing person can just look at that and oh, that's crazy Japanese stuff. But
so JoJo cross WWE starts
It's going
here.
to happen. Eyes of McMahon.
Yeah.
Wrestling is just a different anime.
It is.
It's getting truer and truer every day.
Every day. I thought it was a fake Asuka account.
No way.
I was like, it can't be real. It's too good.
So, at that pay-per-view...
The Joestar event begins
Let's everyone pay attention to what novelty outfit she comes out in.
Right.
Is the mask that she usually wears gray? Is it a big yellow coat? Etc. etc.
We're not just pointing at the WrestleMania sign anymore. We're JoJo pointing at the WrestleMania sign, leaning back.
Just that'd be so
that
great.
Pointing shit is fucking embarrassing.
No, it's amazing.
Now it's amazing.
It got embarrassing, and now it's coming back around. Don't you see the evolution of this joke, right?
I don't know.
It's become fantastic. Pointing at the WrestleMania sign became so
it's
hacky.
so ridiculous now.
It became so hacky that it's back to being amazing.
And the only people that are doing it well are both Nakamura, or sorry, the Knacker, and Asuka are the ones that are at least doing it with some type of
because it's such a goof
style.
Because it's almost like corporate bedroom Triple H is coming out and going okay, you got to point at the sign. Vince wants you to point at the sign. You got to hype the people up for the sign.
Rousey just wordlessly, awkwardly pointing
because it's all you have to do. Just guys, we got to build it up, and then that's what they do. And then veterans know how stupid that is.
So
and they
embarrassing
go
for you to come out, do your promo, and good match, you guys, but I'm going to take you on at WrestleMania. And then farty pyro goes off. And then, why is it just that? It's more impactful to speak.
No, just point at it.
Because building up of the event, you got to get the big numbers. It's got to be the biggest.
It took us 6 hours to put up this sign. You better point at it.
Look at the sign. I want the fucking sign to fall into the crowd. I want some disaster.
I want someone to have a match with the sign.
Oh yeah,
the disaster you're looking for is the crowd trying to get into every WrestleMania outside.
See, now luckily you folks are worrying. It's but Pat, what about the people in the crowd? Don't worry, it'll fall into the stands where it's empty.
Nah, WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, no, I mean before WrestleMania. It's at the fucking shows where
you mean they're setting it up?
You look at the hard camera and there's fucking nobody sitting.
Oh yeah, when no one can because they can't get everyone in time. Because
will we ever see?
To be fair, that only happened at the one WrestleMania that I went to. I don't know if it's happened before.
Will we ever see the indoor lightning ever again as a special effect?
No,
probably
you need
not.
I think it happened with a Bray Wyatt thing
to the point that people doubted it ever happened because it was an unrecorded crazy dark event.
It was really bad. There was somewhere in the Attitude Era, Kane lit someone on fire with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, I remember that. And they showed that clip a lot.
And they had to break kayfabe by when the guys rolling on the floor go, oh my God, it's fire. They have a warning saying this is a stunt.
Yeah. I'm but they showed that clip in the highlight reels for years. Of the dude coming out on fire and it was just a big dramatic moment.
He comes out of the gorilla position on fire. What an entrance!
It was all I
That's
remember.
my new entrance.
Because I remember there being the lightning event, right, where like
that incident
where it's called down and it strikes the entrance,
the stagehand,
right?
or something.
But I remember there also being that thing where like it hit like a coffin, I want to say, and then the guy comes out of the coffin.
Think there's multiple lightning,
but we just don't know who that was, or it was just a rando, you know,
some rando jobber just
it was in a coffin,
sacrificed to Zeus,
and then like I think someone tweeted after we first talked about this or something to describe how that was like illegal technology that they were not supposed to use in that state or something.
Illegal technology.
It was illegal
from the government.
It was like unapproved pyrotechnics of some kind.
You know what?
And so that's why they kind of downplayed that it ever happened a bit, because they weren't supposed to do that. Or
then
something
they used
along
the clip
those
for
lines.
Years.
Yeah, but they only showed the guy on fire.
Never the
lightning. No, the lightning was a one and done, bro.
I gotta show you guys the electrified steel cage match that the Dudley Boys had in TNA, where this is bullshit.
How do you prove it's real? How do you prove the cage
they go electrify the steel cage. Then they have this big hose, and they just clunk it into the side of a regular cage, and they play the sound of like the hum.
Yeah.
And whenever someone they have to climb up on the turnbuckle, and they're like, to physically do it, I need to grab, and they're like, it's too light of a thing, and we'll ruin it. So don't play anything, but in the big plan spots, they'll throw Devon, and they play the sound effects of and he just goes like, it's so electrified. It's so bad.
That is fuck it.
Awful.
Fuck it. No, I love that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I was deciding up until the last second whether I loved or hated that. And at the last second, I swerved and I love it.
And they put blue lights on it
because I want to see like in post when you have it on the air. I want to see like Blanca-esque like special effects sprites.
I was gonna say I want someone to
skeletons.
Well, yeah.
Well, for me, if I were watching that match, I would just be like looking for just horrible timing errors. Like
it happens all the time.
Why does it still buzz 5 seconds after the thing, and you see a guy in the back just smashing on some keypad, just turn the fucking noise.
And then later, they climb to the top of the cage, but he finds rubber gloves.
Oh, shut
But
up.
they're like, oh, it's a good thing his boots are rubber too.
Oh yeah,
they're just regular sneakers. Like
this is rubber-soled sneakers for electricity.
It's the worst. The commentators are trying to save it, and they can't.
I don't like even there's no version of that. Like no matter how low level you made like the current, like there's no way that would ever be approved by anyone. That has
a fan could jump the fucking barrier and just kill themselves in a second.
It's beyond fathoming like that would ever be approved by any sort of building code
in the promo
anything.
In the promo package leading up to it. Conan is in this group, by the way.
Yeah.
LAX,
which is Latin American Exchange,
and
they're like the big thugs. Yeah. They're like the big thugs. And Conan does a promo where he tasers Spike Dudley, and that's where you get it. They put animated Blanca effects in the promo package, and they like invert the colors.
Yeah, put the electricity on him.
I want Charlotte Flair and Asuka in like a Mortal Kombat ring.
Yeah.
Well, I think what the real version of that event that would make sense would be like not a cage, but just a group of people with tasers. And you get to like Def Jam Fight for New York where you get pushed into the crowd and they fucking zap you and push you back.
I'll believe a taser because like you don't see
that's or a cattle prod or some shit.
Yeah,
that's how you sell it. That's how you sell
They're Inferno matches.
No man, you just have a wrestling match, but in between rounds or whatever. Rounds? What am I? I'm trying to push this joke too far.
2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah, sure. You have to do the milk challenge from Kenny Rogers' Jackass with the cattle prods.
Remember we tried to do that Inferno match in a WWE game? In a video like years ago, and it wouldn't work.
Just like almost every other Inferno match ever.
Yeah. Amazing.
When are we gonna get the fucking Highway to Hell or whatever the fuck match that was in a video game?
King of the Road.
And then there's the fucking blade button, and then when you hit the blade button, the camera zooms out into bullshit, and you can't play the match.
Is that a match in the back of a truck?
Yeah, dude, we talked about this.
Yeah. But we're also talking about when the camera zoomed away when you guys were playing backstage assault. Remember when the camera went overhead? Because you guys got too far away and died. I knew it was coming up.
Because we bladed. When are we gonna start blading on this podcast?
Still waiting for that game that features like selling and blading as a primary mechanic.
Oh man!
If we ever meet like indie game developers and they have like a wrestling engine and it's like really like basic and it's just like, oh, we're starting to make a thing, like here, listen to our pitch.
Yeah.
But the question you have to ask,
and
for
you can
that game
fumble with your blade,
is how many smarks are out there that buy wrestling games?
I think enough.
Like it would work. I think if you made it funny enough, it would be a concept.
Matthew would love it. And Matthew would talk about it, and then that would be enough sales.
Yeah,
right there. I think
I would just like. I would love to have a story mode where it's like, say you play as Goldberg, and it's like you go outside and are told to smash the limo's fake window. The limo has a real window. What do you do? Smash it and fuck your hand up for months, or smash it?
Well, your cred goes up, but your stamina
cred doesn't
goes
go
down.
up because no one knows you did that until years later.
Yeah, everyone just assumed it was fake glass.
Until your ear is partially
wrestling
chewed out.
How many months was he out? Do you remember?
Oh, he was out for a while. He slashed his fucking hand.
6.
Okay.
For no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole thing was that he had a hidden pipe.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, fucking pussy.
Which is why, like, if anything, looking at a hardcore decision like that from the business end, they'd be like, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
Now you're gone for a long time.
Like you're not injured enough that you can't be there. You can talk and cut promos.
Speaking of which, Daniel Bryan's corpse approved medically for a return to the ring.
Wrestle.
They're not saying that he's coming back. Just saying that someone has approved his corpse.
I don't know who he's wrestling yet, but like I want him versus AJ Styles in a Is the Earth Flat match.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Oh
man!
Now,
if it's not flat right now, I'll suplex you so hard that the earth will bend.
Yeah,
there it is.
It'll flip around and like spin in its axis. Since it's the center of the universe.
There's just something really weird and almost like pure pressure-y that feels like he didn't agree to necessarily come back, but they just got the results from his test and then published them anyways. You know what I mean? The feeling of like, hey, anytime he wants to come back, it's up to him. If you don't see him, it's all his fault. Just saying.
Like, kids, you thought Daniel Bryan would never recuperate to be in the ring, but ask our WWE scienticians. They'll tell you that Daniel Bryan is completely cleared to go into a match.
It's all on him.
No, what I want in this...
What are you waiting for, Daniel?
Hypothetical wrestling game is that you have a horrible bad match injury, and then the fucking choice is listen to your doctors or wrestle anyway.
That's awesome.
And then every match afterwards, the specter of death literally hangs out next to the ring and tries to get you. So whenever you're like knocked down hurt on the near the ropes, death like reaches out for you and you have to roll away from death. Or else suffer a crippling neck injury.
No, that's fun, but I want it to be a bit more like Ippo, where your character just has the information that if you are not careful, you will die in this match, and you don't know what possible spot.
There's a damage threshold that your character can reach now, and if it passes it, they'll just instantly die. Yeah, okay.
These are all great ideas. Every single one.
I'm telling you, it's not a bestseller, but it's a niche hit.
And then fucking Kurt Angle shows up at your funeral to talk about drug abuse.
That's the more shocking thing, that Kurt Angle is cleared to have even a tag team match.
Kurt Angle is cleared to walk around and talk to people.
And even then, to slow down. You know why he got cut from WWE? Because they were worried he would die in the ring.
Yes, because in his interviews, he was talking about how every morning was waking up in pain.
Yeah, the only way
the painkillers was to get to normal.
So they cut him, like, not because you did bad, but like you're not going to rehab.
You are going to be a news disaster in about 1 month.
So why don't you be a news disaster while you work for TNA?
Daniel Bryan is apparently dying to get back in the ring.
Oh, shut up!
I think it would be hilarious if he wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I think
Daniel Bryan is not.
No,
dying
I'm yelling
to
at
head
shut up because
ring.
you're saying like he's dying to get back in.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
Oh God!
Well, they just killed Daniel Bryan.
You better hope he doesn't die in the ring.
Stop it! All right.
Why'd you do
You caused his death.
Why'd you kill Daniel Bryan? He's like a weird gnome wrestler, and everyone loves him.
Loves him a lot.
Pat, tell us about your drug
you
habits.
Son of a bitch. I knew it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been playing a lot of Warframe this week. It's really fun. It's a fun game where you shoot things and you be a space ninja.
Was money spent on Warframe?
A little bit.
Hey, the Red Bull